Disregard the obvious. Disregard the obvious. My love is for everyone. Oh yeah. Lord have mercy on my soul. It is me. I know, I know, I know. Could you please bail me out? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. My name is Raul. Thank you all so much for being here. What a beautiful morning. It's nice and rainy. And I just wanted to come on here and record some content, record an episode, put myself out there, and get the day started off right. I have like 30 minutes right now before I have to head to work, and I'm thinking, okay, I could just go back to bed. I could just sleep. I could just pass the time. And like I said, I want to get some food, eat some granola. But I decided, you know what? No, I'm gonna get in front of the audience. I'm gonna be in front of Callie. I'm gonna be in front of my friends. And good to see you, Romy. Hope you're doing well, everybody. Thank you all so much. I wanted to make some content. I had this idea. I'll make this episode super short because, like I said, I have work, but I do want to provide some value. Two things in this episode: cognitive dissonance, which is what I felt a couple days ago, and then the second one is just take action right away on what's important to you. Take action on your dreams. Work on your dreams. Stop wasting time and sitting on the sidelines watching other people accomplish their dreams. And that's basically it, guys. Most of my friends are already pretty successful. They have their own lives and they have their own, big goals as well. And I want the best for you guys too. I want you guys to watch my content and think, wow, this guy's accomplishing his dreams. I'm going to do it too. And believe it or not, when you guys have the same mentality, other people can feed off that. Other people can feed off that energy that you're already doing something. You're already accomplishing something. Right now, like I said, I'm live. I decided to go live. I have a couple minutes. And I'm taking action. I'm taking action right away. I don't know what's going to come of this episode. I don't know what's going to come of this live stream. I don't know. But I know that if I don't show up, if I miss a day, if I don't post content for a day, if I don't go to work for a day, if I don't show up for myself for a day, I know I'm going to be missing an opportunity. It's like the things you don't do are just as impactful as the things you do and you do accomplish. So do. But yes, guys, so that's what I wanted to say in this video. That just take action on your dreams. Make your dreams create your reality. Curate your environment to make sure it matches the environment that you want to see in the future, in the present moment. The present moment is all we have, so thank you all so much for being here. I'm going to name the title of this episode GM for Good Morning. For Good Morning, which, by the way, the words good morning have a very interesting history. I've heard like negative things about it. I don't really have a negative perspective about the words good morning, but it dates back to like a long time ago, and look it up. Look at the history behind the words good morning. I just say GM for good morning because that's just the way I was raised, but some people don't like to say good morning because good morning means something bad. Good morning, like you just finished mourning somebody's life, and that's a good thing, or that's a go look it up. It's quite interesting. History is quite interesting. When you look back just 100 years, 200 years, dang, Napoleon, 1600s, 1500s, that's crazy times. Crazy. Bubonic plague. You guys remember about the bubonic plague? Do you guys remember that? The bubonic plague. There is no plague rampaging through our beautiful world, but there could be. There are places out in the world that are just really rough right now. So I'm really grateful for where I'm at. I'm grateful for being here. I'm grateful for the person that I've become, the person that I'm becoming. And yeah, I'm glad to be streaming. It's so cool to be able to just stream and just be able to just talk and just be in front of an audience. And I'm comfortable being in front of an audience, by the way. If you're not comfortable with that, that's totally cool. If you're not comfortable talking in front of an audience, that's totally okay. It took me a long time. I actually have a show this Friday. I'll be playing some music with my band. And sometimes I get a little nervous, but for the most part, I get excited about being in front of an audience. I get excited about playing some music for my friends and my family. I get excited when I see people dancing to the music that we're playing. That excites me. And that further makes me feel, happy and positive about what we're doing. You know, if you're not feeling happy about what you're doing, it's really hard to continue it. It's really hard for you to think. It's really hard for you to be a good person if you're constantly thinking about yourself being somebody that's negative and constantly being somebody that's not you're not lifting yourself up. And this idea of cognitive dissonance is such an evil drug that you should not consume it ever throughout the years. And in fact, I encourage you to be aware of it when it comes up, because I used to do this all the time. I used to not give myself the credit for being somebody cool, somebody athletic, somebody intelligent, somebody capable of great things. And when you're able to tell yourself what you truly believe, like you tell yourself, yes, my name is Raul. I am alive. I am here. I'm a creative person. I'm a live streamer. I'm a YouTuber. I'm a millionaire. I'm a successful person, right? You say these things and you truly believe it. Your mind has, in your subconscious mind, not just your mind, but the subconscious mind really absorbs this information. And whether you know it or not, any thought that you have, your subconscious mind already automatically accepts it. And it believes it with everything that it has. There is no getting around it. Only you can listen to you. Only you know what you're talking about. And if your brain recognizes that what you're saying isn't true, for example, let's say somebody has the idea that they can't play guitar, for example, right? Somebody says, "Oh man, I can't play guitar. I couldn't do it. I'm not musically inclined." Well, that's exactly what's going to happen. You're not going to play guitar. You're not going to figure out how to play music. You're not going to understand the basic the four measures in one beat time signatures that are just the basic stuff you hear in Western music. Yo, what up, Grant? But if you have the belief that, okay, well, the same person, if this person just starts thinking, all right, I'm going to go ahead and just try a little bit harder. I'm going to do a little bit more. I'm going to watch a little bit more content without wasting too much time. Because sometimes when you try to learn something new, you get into this mode of I got to learn, I got to keep learning and I got to keep absorbing information. I got to keep watching these podcasts. I got to keep watching these seminars. But all you got to do is just take action and start the work. The sooner you get to start the work, the faster and the better the results will be. And that's the best part about it. Thank you guys for being here, by the way, for reals. If you've been watching the episode, if you've been watching the podcast or the live stream, shoot me a follow, send me a follow, subscribe, watch my content, and share it, guys, because it helps me out a lot. If you guys can't donate, if you guys can't subscribe, that's okay. Just like the video. Liking the video is huge for me as well, and I appreciate it, guys. I really, really do. I really want to become a YouTuber, a successful YouTuber this year, and the only thing stopping me is, of course, the work. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here in front of you guys, in front of an awesome audience, which is kind of crazy. I realize I don't have to have 1 million followers to make $1 million. I don't have to have 2 million followers, 10 million followers to start making a lot of money. I mean, of course, if your goal is to make $1 million right away, that's not going to happen because that's not how it works. Money does not come to you for free like that. There is no such thing as passive income. And on this topic of money, your job isn't even that reliable. If you work for a job for 20 years, you're going to get some benefits. You get the money for all those years. But after that, you pretty much finish the job and you're not really secured, even after you retire. There is no such thing as job security nowadays, especially when everything's going up and everything's kind of, everything is just a little bit more expensive. I remember dollar gas. I remember 25-cent burgers. The days. And they were the days. They were quite interesting times for sure. But now you can't really afford that luxury. So I encourage all of you guys, anybody watching my stream or podcast, if anybody's watching this, please, 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 just know that I'm encouraging you to make more money. Go out there and find extra ways to get creative. Use the talents that you have. Use the competitive advantage that you have right now at this very moment to make some extra cash, to inspire other people, to make an impact in the world. There's that Maya Angelou quote that goes, nobody cares about what you say, but they don't really they don't really remember you for who you were in your name, but they remember how you made them feel. They remember how you impacted their life. They will always remember the emotion that you made them feel. And that's all you're doing when you're selling things, when you're trying to inspire other people. When I'm trying to teach other people the guitar. I'm not going to teach everybody the guitar. I'm not going to teach all the celebrities in the world guitar. But there's going to be the few people that I do get to teach, and that I've had already the luxury of being able to teach, and the pleasure of teaching. That they can do it. They can do it. It's kind of crazy how I'm like scratching my head, because I'm like, wow, I can't believe sometimes I've already taught so many people. Welcome, that one person. Welcome, guys. Welcome. And just the fact that I have big goals and I want to inspire the world to play guitar, that's awesome. That's just my ambition. But I cannot get there without somebody being on the other side, wanting to learn guitar, wanting to be inspired, wanting to take on the challenge, which I always encourage everybody to recognize that. Recognize when you want to do something and you actually do it. That's actually a win right there in itself. If you don't think that's a win, that's actually an error. It's an erroneous situation. Erroneous? Is that the right word? Erroneous. And I want to, again, if I want somebody to become a guitar player, I have to make sure that their mindset is set on, okay, let's go ahead and just figure out what the basic stuff is, and accept that you are now a musician. You are going to become something that you aren't yet. That's where that cognitive dissonance comes back into play, where you're not too sure if you can do it just because you haven't done it yet. You don't know anybody who's done it yet. And for me, like I said, I want to be a famous YouTuber. I want to be a successful YouTuber. Fuck being famous. I just want to be a successful YouTuber. I just want to inspire as many people as I can and make a lot of money, inspire the world, and of course take care of my family. That's why I'm here right now, actually. I think that's exactly why I'm here. I could be in bed right now. There's a beautiful, comfortable bed literally right there, 1 foot away from me. But I decided, you know what? Let me use my energy. Let me create some content. Let me record a little bit. Let me make an episode. Let me get on here, because I have goals, and they're not going to take care of themselves. They're not going to do themselves. They're not going to get done by themselves. I have to get the work done. I have to be here. I have to show up. I get to be here, of course. Now, that idea of cognitive dissonance, look into it, guys. And again, look into the idea of good morning, GMs, good morning. It's not a big deal. Words, for me, by the way, are just words. But I understand that when you say certain things to certain people, they will get triggered. They will not use their cognitive functions and think, hey, they're just words. This person's attacking me, but I'm not going to allow them to infiltrate my brain and make me feel something I don't want to feel. I've said this before. A lot of people tend to get, by when I say a lot of people, I used to be this kind of person. I used to be the kind of person that gets truly bothered by some words. Now, if I see somebody talk about some dumb shit on the chat, somebody says something dumb in the conversations, I recognize that it's just a reflection of them. It's just a reflection of who they are as a person. When somebody tends to say something, for example, when I blurt things out, when I was young, I would just blurt things out. I wouldn't think about what I was saying. I wouldn't consider the other person's feelings. I wouldn't consider the situation I was in. And I'm very lucky. I would never really get into a lot of trouble, but I didn't really have the time to reflect. I didn't make the time to reflect. But now, as a grown man, as an adult, a 30-year-old man, I have no excuse. Just, you're the man. I have no excuse now to make dumb decisions. I can't be a fool. I can't decide that I'm going to be somebody great if I'm also going to be somebody stupid and somebody foolish and somebody not worth listening to. And by the way, I'm still making mistakes. I'm still making errors. But I'm motivating myself. The only person I got to motivate and trust is myself, and just know that I'm getting better every day. And with this mindset, I know I'm showing up every day. And it makes it a lot easier when you have people that have already accomplished the things that you want to do. So I wanted to say that to you guys as well. Both of my whole family, they're all doing great things, and I have family members who have already hit big milestones that I want to hit. So that makes it easier for me to believe in the things I do. It makes it easier for me to believe that I can become a millionaire. It makes it easier that I can become somebody who can make $10,000 a month. It makes it easier. But just because it's easy to think, that doesn't mean it's easy to do. And that's the fun part of life. Because we're not going to get out of this life alive. There's no way we're going to be able to do everything we want in this life without us getting up and getting our hands dirty, scraping up our knees, scraping up our elbows, and just getting the work done. Thank you all so much for being here. I really don't want to take too much time. It's already been a 15-minute episode. I love you guys. I really do appreciate you guys for just subscribing and following. Anybody that watches the stream and subscribes and follows me on the stream, I really do appreciate it. It goes a long way. And I've been doing this for several years now. I've been recording content and streaming. I've only been streaming for like 2-3 years actually. I wanted to become a video game streamer. That never worked out. I never really got into it. I never was successful at it. I couldn't keep it up. I wasn't consistent. But I only started live streaming for my channel only like 3 years ago, and I'm really proud of myself. But this year has been, this last year and this year have been huge streaming years. So I appreciate you guys for being here, really, really, really. And I'm glad to be here. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so glad that I can wake up in this beautiful morning, this beautiful rainy morning, and just create some content, get on here and yap, and motivate you guys. This is motivation. But the best thing about this is when I'm talking to you guys, I'm listening. When I'm playing music, I'm listening. When I'm playing my guitar, I'm listening. So thank you for listening. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being here. My name again is Raul. I am the host of the Mr. Genuine podcast. And this was episode 79, by the way. We are so close to hitting 100 episodes, hitting 1,000 episodes. It's only a matter of time. I love you guys so very much. Have an awesome day. And I will see you when I see you. Gone.